Welcome to David Christopher's. I'm David, and today we're going to be using pheasants because what's more traditional than a Christmas pheasant? So this is our Pheasant Hill theme, and we are really excited about this. Now we're going to show you how to put it together. This is really one of those themes where if you start putting a few things together and it doesn't look right, that's usually because you didn't put enough with it. And you really have to just overdo everything to get this to coordinate well and to get the teals to make sense with the reds and the coppers and orange. So stick around and we'll show you how we do. But this is our first Christmas tree video of the season, so I'm excited to show this one to you. It's kind of a transitional Christmas tree, what we consider it, and we're happy you're here. So you guys may be noticing already that I am minus my partner in crime, who's usually with me. Jen is still not feeling great. Her back is still hurting her quite a bit. But she's still going to edit the video she plans on. I'm just going to be without her doing the video, and we're going to see how that goes. So this is a kind of a new experience for everybody, and we're ready to get started. Remember that all of the items that you see in our video can be found at davidchristopher's.com. We sell both wholesale and retail, and we are excited to show you our new array of products this season. We're talking about a transitional tree. Now, some of you may not understand what I meant when I said transitional tree. Really what we're going to do is we're going to make a tree that's very almost fall colored, and we're going to make it look a little glitzy for Christmas so that it's transitional. We can use it from one season into another season. And we're going to start by using a new magnolia stem that has a lot of green in it, a lot of really good deep greens, but it also has some brown mixed in. So it's kind of like the magnolia's starting to dry out over some of the season. It's transitioning. So we're going to start by putting a few of these stems, and really we're just going to lay that in the branch and use a piece of our pine on our tree to wrap that and hold that exactly where you want it. And now I'm going to speed up so you don't have to be here all day. Now we're going to use this wild sea oat spray, and it's got a rather long stem on it, but that's okay. We're going to use the longest stem kind of draping down. We'll let the other stem kind of be wired more upright. Just like that. Okay, we're getting some of this brown, golden, green coloration going on, and now I'm going to add this. It's really, it's very reminiscent of a dried bittersweet that doesn't have that orange coloration in it. It's like the color's kind of faded down to that rusty red, and I think that's going to work really well in our tree. Now we're going to use our Canadian berry pod spray. You know why they're Canadian? Because that's how we chose to name them to differentiate them from all the other pod berry sprays we have. And it's more fun to say, hey, at the end of everything. But we're going to cluster these together. And I'm going to give them a little bit more of a bend to go up than I have some of the pieces. Most of the other pieces are kind of falling, kind of draping, and these I want to be a little bit more growing up. And no, I haven't taken the tags off of everything because we'll eventually sell out of these, and then I have to take them out of the tree and sell the ones in the tree. Because next year there will probably be new products. Okay, now we're going to use some of this wood fern spray, and it's called burgundy, but it's really kind of like an old terracotta color. And I think that's really going to work well on our tree here. So we're going to put that in. Now we're going to introduce some deep red tones, one with our Nandina berry that's got these really delicate little berries and this deep green leaf. And then we're using this wild grass in this dark red color, and it comes in a lot of different colors, but we're going to use the red because we need a little bit more of that in our tree. Now we're going to get a little bit crazy with our color scheme. As you can tell, we're really still in mostly fall colors, a lot of reds, a lot of lighter golden amber colors, a little bit of terracotta, and coffee kind of tan tones. But now we're going to get a little bit crazy and start adding some teal in that's got some shine that helps us transition into our Christmas. Now we've got a few sizes of our metallic pine cones, and I'm going to use those maybe not as completely intended, so a lot of people might think they had to hang these out from the tree, but I'm actually going to use a piece of wire around the pine cone itself, and then that will allow me to have the pine cone just lean up on the end of a branch. And we're going to add some pine cones in. Now we've got some antique coppery, kind of faux mercury. They are plastic, but they look like mercury glass, which is the good thing. So we're going to use these now. We're going to use a little bit of this rust seeded berry just to reinforce some of that coppery orangey color, that burnt orange tone, and I think you'll see why in just a few minutes. Now we're at a place where we've got a few gaps in our tree, and I'm going to start filling those gaps with this beautiful jeweled teal blue ribbon, and I've got this leather embossed ribbon that I really like, and I think that's going to work really well to bring out some of those deeper tones and still coordinate with our teal blues. My pheasant pal.
This is your pheasant pal.
I'm not sure that these are supposed to go on your shoulders.
I mean, we can make it happen. We're David Christophers.
We should get the staple guy. Staple him up there.
I feel like that'd be really painful.
It's extra intimidating. Because he's looking back at you too. Like he doesn't care to body language look at you. He just wants to like.
You've already disappointed me.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right, go whenever. I'm recording this whole time.
Oh, okay. Great. So now we're going to introduce our pheasants, and I am super excited about these because we actually designed these pheasants to go with this color combination. So you remember how I was adding some of this little bit more orange color? It's because our pheasants have a little bit of an orange color and some of that teal blue and the red in their eyes, and they've got a little burnt orange on the belly, and then they have natural pheasant feathers as their tail. So we're super excited about these, and we're going to add these all in our tree. Few more things to add. Now we're going to use our acorns, and we have teal, and we have our burnt orange, and we're going to take those, and since they're a little bit of a thinner stem, we are going to cluster these together. I can get them separated. A little bit tangled. We got 20 together. And we're going to use these as a group, just kind of tucked up in there. Faux pampas grass in our teal blue, and we also have our pheasant feather spray that's got some gold pine cones and a little bit of orange berries, and those nice spotted teal blue feathers on it. And we're going to add those in. This is our vintage dried baby's breath in kind of a rusty brown color. And we're just going to use this to any gaps that I feel like I've got just a lot of tree showing. My opinion, not yours, I'm sure. I like to overwhelm the tree a little bit. But remember, this is a store. This is a display in our retail store. So keep that in mind. You don't have to buy as many things as I'm using. You don't have to fill the tree quite necessarily to the extent that I do. But some people really like to go over the top. And especially for stores, it's needed because you want to see something exciting and incredible when you walk into a store, not something you really could have just done at home. Last thing we're adding is this large hydrangea, this cone hydrangea stem, and it's got a lot of the similar colors as our podberry spray, but I think it's going to work really well just to lighten some of the tree up. And again, this tree is great for transitional things. So if you like the colors of fall and want to start early, I think that's great. Go ahead and start early. And you can add anything you want really into this tree. I mean, pumpkins, sunflowers, maple leaves look great with this color combination. Even some sunflowers in there would work really well. But you can put pumpkins of all different kinds of colors in there. I just think this is a great tree to start with, especially for a store decorating for the season. He's looking over my shoulder. So you may notice that Jen's not here. All I have is my pheasant friends. So she's still not feeling well. Her back's still hurting. We appreciate all of your prayers and concerns for her, but she is being a trooper. She's planning to edit this video and get it up so you can enjoy it. And again, I'm reminded by Jen, because I'm supposed to tell you, that all the things that you see in the video can be found at davidchristofers.com. We sell wholesale and retail.